Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you doing? Hopefully, you are doing well. So, I have been listening to a lot of scary stories. I've been watching a lot of scary shows because it's October. And since I have been so into these stories, I want to blindly read you some stories that I've found online so that we can both have a chill factor here. But listen, I want you to know, if you get scared and you don't want to listen to this, at some point it's okay to click away. I want you to be comfortable and safe. You are safe here with me. You will always be safe here with me. So, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind while we're reading these stories, okay? Now, I blindly looked up some stories. I have not read these, and I wanted to read them with you. These may get pretty spooky. I've got all of the lights off in my apartment, so I probably will get spooked out myself, but it's okay because I have you with me, and you have me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So, the translucent egg-shaped shuttle glided silently to the curb. A bright light flashed in my face, causing my vision to blur, and a second later, a woman's gentle voice said, "Welcome aboard, Andrew." The interior of the shuttle was Airbnb sparse but inviting. I sat on a gray leather bench and pulled out my phone. There were several bottles of water next to a box of Kind bars and some succulents. Smooth jazz oozed from the hidden speakers, but the shuttle stayed stationary and my phone was dead. A black rectangular void. The company's shuttles were essentially rolling Faraday cages. No wireless service allowed. They had to be from what came next. The mood lighting suddenly shifted to a spastic, woozy display of neon pinks, blues, and greens, as an advertisement for the latest energy drink consumed the shuttle's interior. All trips via the company's shuttles this month were subsidized by the energy drink. That's why they were so cheap. The next month would be underwritten by a dandruff shampoo. The month after that, the U.S. Army. The ad was way louder than it needed to be. The flashing staccato lights were starting to make my eyes burn. I remember a time when you could skip after 5 seconds. I remember being able to opt out. Eventually, the shuttle began to drive. I knew where I was going because it had all of my metadata, including my search history. Over the course of the trip, I was bombarded with targeted ad after targeted ad. The shuttle's AR windshield became a tapestry of wish fulfillment. Images of my face on a more sculpted body in an ad for a bar class. An image of me with a beautiful woman purring about a dating app. Did I know there was an available real estate in this neighborhood that was within my price range? My phone was still bricked. I tried shutting my eyes, but infrared sensors picked up on that, and the shuttle slowed to a crawl. These ads were mandatory viewing. Opening my eyes again, I was startled by the sudden appearance of a hologram of my mother on the armrest. "Don't forget to buy life insurance, darling," she wailed, her face frozen in anguish. The shuttle was using a funeral home photo plucked from my cloud as a reference for the hologram. I could tell because she'd never in her life worn that candy apple pink blush the mortician applied. The algorithm was primed to look for an old photo. But of course, the funeral home photo counted as old all of these years later. I flinched as her tiny translucent hand reached for mine. Was I dreaming or was I getting colder? 15 minutes saves you 15%, she moaned. My dead mother stayed with me until the end of the ride, imploring me to buy life insurance, Yankee candles, and a new air freshener called Avocado Breeze. Finally, the ride concluded, and she morphed back to her reference photo before vanishing. I felt cold and wanted to step into the sun. But the shutter door remained closed and locked, trapping me inside. 3 more ads in exchange for my freedom. The techno music began to speak. Building and building and building, they were cramming in as many images as possible. It became an unreadable blur, but the tempo kept ascending. I felt dizzy, nauseous, near death. In despair, I waited for the beat to drop. Finally, I implored it to. Screaming at the flashing screens, begging for relief, it never came. And that was the end. Okay, let's pause for a minute here. That wasn't scary. To me, at least. I think it was sad, but I thought that was going to freak me out. But it was just a little eerie. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't scared by that whatsoever. And it could just be me on these because I try really hard to get spooked these days, but because I listen to so many scary stories and watch scary stories already, that I'm kind of primed for this already. So it takes a lot to get me going and scare me. So let me know what you thought about that in the comments below, and we're going to read another one. And I can only hope that it was scarier. It's going to be scarier than that. Sorry. Probably won't edit that out. But I love you guys. So, if you guys like this, I can do some more scary story reading next week. And I can it probably won't be hard to find stuff that's scarier than this. So if you want to get into that vibe with me, then we can do it together. But if you don't, I can easily make something else that's on my to-do film list for you guys. Alright, so let's see if this one's any scarier. One night, a woman checked her DMs and found a message listing her home address and threatening to murder her. Okay, this went from 0 to 10 really fast. The frightened woman reported the threat and went to sleep. When she woke up, she expected the platform to say the message was protected free speech as usual, but miraculously, the user had been suspended. The internet had changed. Tech companies began reporting threats to police. They shut down neo-Nazi forums. They banned genocide, fomenting propaganda bots, causing fascist political parties to dissolve. The web started to feel almost safe. A few weeks later, the woman picked up her phone to talk to a friend, but the chat app had no on-screen keyboard. Just a list of bland, pre-canned auto replies. She tapped a sex selection, only to see a link appear below it, recommending a product she'd recently bought. The woman swore in frustration and tried again, but her phone had locked up. It sounds like you're angry, blinked an error message. You can log back on when you've calmed down. It offered to let her online if she bought a health monitoring bracelet and signed up for a Soul Cycle class. Desperate, the woman grabbed a pen and paper intending to write a letter, but as she signed her name, she realized the internet companies were moderating the postal service too. These are not scary. That was the end. This is a fail. I'm gonna find a scary one. We gotta end with a third story on a scary one. And if someone can tell me what in the world that was even supposed to be scary for, please tell me. The only part that I had a false hope when we talked about somebody being murdered. I had some false hope. I'm not morbid. I just like scary stuff in October. Actually, okay, I like horror movies all year round, but I go really hardcore on some scary stuff. So, let's see. One more story. We're gonna redeem ourselves here. We bought an old house. My boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into a master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling. On the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. I do that too. On drywall, I've peeled off drywall. Let's see here. Under a corner section of wallpaper, in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yup, it's human." Human? What human? Ma'am, where is the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. I think I just got it. Okay. That was a little effed up. You know what? I wanted to bring you some ASMR tingles with a good scary vibe. And instead, I brought you 2 crappy scary stories and something that was really kind of just disturbing, and I do not like that. So, I guess the only thing left to do is to put in the comments down below if you liked any of these stories, and if you liked the concept of this video but you didn't like the stories, then I actually have a good idea. Actually, this is a pretty good idea. So, I want you to put in the comment section below a spooky topic or a spooky case or something scary, because I want to try to post as many videos as possible. I'm going to post soothing, relaxing ASMR videos. However, I want to post a couple of ASMR videos with some spooky vibes, and I want to try to cover some topics that you guys want me to cover. Anyways, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. And yes, I said tomorrow because since I wasn't able to post on Tuesday, I'm going to make it up to you, and I'm going to post today, tomorrow, and Saturday. So I love you guys very much, and I hope that you get some rest. Just picture me with you, protecting you, loving you. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.